Hi, I'm Larry Buxton. Welcome to Leading with Spirit. It's another gorgeous day to be outside, but boy, the cicadas are loud. So here we are inside again. If you attend church this Sunday, you might hear your pastor preaching about Israel's people demanding a king. You might even ask about that this week. And if you do, you'll hear the start of the story of King David. This opening passage comes from a time when Israel was tired of praying about who the leadership should be, what commander God really preferred, what the commandments really meant in this particular case, and always having to tell their neighbors, no, we don't have a king like you do. We have to be different. Well, Israel got tired of being different. They wanted to be like all the other countries. If you've ever had a 14-year-old in your house or ever been 14, you understand being different can be hard. So a mob came to Samuel, the chief priest of Israel, and demanded, "We want a king. This is too much work for us. Tell God to give us a king like everybody else has." God and Samuel conferred, and God finally threw up those holy hands and said, all right, fine, I'll give them a king. And so Israel got first Saul, then David, and finally Solomon, the only ever three kings of Israel. Now, Saul was brave and fierce. He was also petty, mean, and paranoid. David brings in what's often called Israel's golden age, and he lives an admirable life in many ways. But his failings are huge, and his years are full of unnecessary conflict, shame, guilt, and grief. And Solomon completes the triad: wise and wealthy, yes, but also selfish, defiant, and untrustworthy. And after him, the monarchy collapses. Going along with the crowd is often a disaster. And even long after our adolescence passes, we can still get tired of being different. Whether you're a religious person in a world that isn't, or working hard to be a person of integrity in a world that doesn't. Maintaining any discipline of trying to be better than ordinary is hard. And being called Miss Goody Two-Shoes or Mr. Holier Than Thou only adds to the burden. It can be tiring enough maintaining honesty in the office, practicing forgiveness in the family, changing old practices that aren't fair, being the first to speak up or disagree. And in our wanting to belong, we sometimes might choose going along. And then we have the long, deep pain of betraying ourselves, settling for so much less than we deserve. Going along with the crowd can be a disaster. On the other hand, once a group of high schoolers were headed to the beach, their first week after graduation. Mom helped her two kids pack, and as they got in the car, she said to them, "Have fun, and remember, you're a Patterson." When you get tired of holding tightly to your moral or spiritual or ethical standards, remember who you are. Remember that God gets it. God knows that challenge you're feeling, and God gives you companions for encouragement. And if you listen, you will hear, "I have a better life in mind for you. If it were easy, everyone would do it." Stay disciplined, and you will know less fear and more confidence, less guilt and more fulfillment, less struggle and more peace. Stay focused, and I'll make more of you than you could ever ask or imagine. If your pastor talks about this story, or if you'd like to hear more about David in the coming weeks, mention that you know of provocative sermon starter videos on LarryBuxton.com. They're free, and they will help you grasp more of the hard-won wisdom of this renowned leader, David. Thanks as always for joining me this week. Stand firm. May God bless you.